Now I want you to think back on the movies that we've seen so far, especially think back to the traditionalist movies, the traditional kind of white male hero, good guy wins, and how do these compare to these millennial movies? My nephew is a millennial, and he went out to see a band and actually came back and said, I saw this band, I think you'll like them, I'll get you some of their music. Well, on his recommendation, I went to iTunes and downloaded the CD of the band, and I wrote him back and I said, you were right, I really enjoyed the band, I appreciate the tip. And he wrote back, and here's the point, a very millennial response. He said, I think it's so cute that you still buy your music. And that was, now that is a little confusing to the Gen X ears, very confusing, if not even offensive, to the boomer and traditionalists here. Why wouldn't you? If you're going to use it, you pay for it. When did you get your first? We'll talk about that. So what's interesting here is, when did you get your first cable? Always had that. When did you get your first personal computer? Always. In fact, we start to, when we talk to the millennials about this, get into family-specific rules. The family's always had it. The question is, when did I get my first? When did I have access to the internet? When did I get my own computer? And when did I get my own cell phone? And we'll see that the age, 8 to 14 for millennials, is starting to go down and down. Ask a traditionalist, who are your heroes? Number one answer is actual people who were running the government and the military. FDR, Truman, MacArthur, Patton, the people who were running the institutions, white men, by the way. Now, baby boomers, who were the heroes? You get lots of people, but the holy trinity of heroes among boomers are Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, the big three. They're always there. And these were social change leaders. Now, that's who the boomers' hero is. Key, listen. Generation X, who are your heroes? The number one answer from Gen X is, we don't have one. The number one answer was, I don't understand the question. I don't think in terms of heroes. There's the grit and skeptical edge of the Gen X right there. As we've been unfolding these generations, we've been asking you to think about somebody you know, think about somebody even better that you work with, if that's possible, that is each one of these generations. What I'd like for you to do is think about the generation that you have the most trouble with, that you are most challenged by. You don't have to name a person's name, but do pick a generation that just generally gives you the biggest challenge personally. And I'd like for you to talk to your partner about, one, what is this generation? So share with your partner, whatever generation that is. And what is something that you learned from this morning? What's something you learned today that will help you reframe or reimagine that generation? What makes it a little bit better, a little bit less challenging now that I know this? And if you're the partner, try and help expand your partner's thinking to try and give her or him some way to think about that Gen X or that millennial or baby boomer to help make it a little more palatable, a little more easy to deal with.